Hey, marry me, everybody. It's Raven here. Okay, so on to my video today. I just woke up not too long ago because I was at work from 11 p.m. till freaking 9:30 a.m. But anyway, so today I decided to just do a tarot collection video. I think I did this before, tarot show and tell, but I think I got a couple different decks since then, and just want to like share my experiences with the tarot decks I have, how I read with them, how I connect with them, what I feel about them, etc., etc. So the very first tarot deck that I have, and I apologize if my voice sounds weird or you can hear a noise. I have my fan on because it's hotter than Hades in here right now, and I'm not turning that off, so I apologize. Okay, the very first tarot deck that I have is my good old faithful Waite tarot deck. This is the one that comes in the yellow box. Now, the Waite tarot deck is usually a deck that a lot of people start with when they're beginning because the imagery is very, very easy to read with, in my opinion. Especially because a lot of tarot readers, including myself, when they first start out, or at least for me, I easily connected with the major arcana immediately. I can read the symbolism and that. But like the minor arcana or the realm, a lot of other decks, some decks just don't have like imagery. Like for example, the Six of Wands. He's on a horse, he's celebrating, happy, there's a little wreath thing, there's people in the background celebrating, so it represents celebration, success, victory. And they're on a horse, so it's kind of like a traveler or warrior, whatever it is, that won a victory or something like that, and they're marching to celebrate. The Three of Pentacles, you have two people asking a person or getting help from someone. So this represents assistance, help, etc. I always go back to this tarot deck a lot, especially when I'm doing readings for other people. I'll go straight back to this deck because it's Old Faithful. Reliable. I've had like 4 or 5 copies of this damn deck. I've had the Universal Rider-Waite. I've had the original Rider-Waite, which I forgot what it was, and I've even had the Centennial, the whatever the hell it is, the Pamela Smith Centennial. I can't even fucking say the word. You know what I mean. But a lot of those decks I gave away as gifts to people who I seen needed or wanted tarot decks, but they couldn't get one or something like that. So I decided to give a couple away. But this is my good old faithful. Now, this hot mess. We all remember this shit, this fiasco. The Spencer's tarot deck. This one is just straight up a joke, in my opinion. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the imagery of this deck. The imagery is pretty cool. But the pictures, or what they're doing in the pictures, just do not match with the meaning of the cards, in my opinion, whatsoever. Like, let me see. Try to find one. Like, for example, 7 of Cups. There's no cups in the image, and it's Nessie, the Loch Ness Monster. So this one, I just kept it. Why the hell not? I tried doing readings with this deck multiple times. I cannot read with this deck. I just can't. No. 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 Okay, that's being extra dramatic for no fucking reason. But anyway. Okay, so that deck's an absolute ultimate fail. The next one, this is one of my favorite decks on the planet, which right now I am in the process of trimming the deck and edging it, which I'm not done yet. I started getting into that, which this is how the cards look when I trimmed and edged it. I made them quite tinier and skinnier than they usually are. But I love the way they're turning out. This is how they normally look. I made it quite skinnier, and because I actually cut too much of the border, didn't realize I only wanted to cut the whites, and I actually went and cut the whole, that brown outer part. So I messed that up, but I'm going to keep doing it because I do like the way it turned out, and I rounded the edges out the best I could. But anyway, so the Deviant Moon Tarot was, oh, I was going to say the author of the other two decks, or the creator, but Rider Waite was by Pamela Smith and Pamela Smith, I think it is, right? Pamela Smith and Rider Waite. The Spencer's doesn't have a name for it, for the creator. This one is by Patrick Valenza, which, yeah, saying that right, okay, which eventually I want to get his Oracle deck he's coming out with. He also has a Marcelli, or whatever hell you pronounce it as, version tarot deck. What is it called? Tryon Fee, something like that. Della Luna Tryon Fee, something like that. I want to get that deck. It's gorgeous eventually. But the imagery of this deck, I'm going to show the ones that I haven't trimmed and edged yet, or rounded out yet. The imagery of this tarot deck is very dark, kind of like creepy, with these little citizens of the Deviant Moon. So hold on. The Hierophant. My favorite card in this deck, let me find it real quick, will have to be the Ace of Pentacles. I don't know what it is, but that damn dragon's gorgeous. And this is the backing of the tarot deck. See, now that's the other thing when I trim the edges. Oh wait, never mind. It's still all there. I love this tarot deck. I've had very amazing readings with it. The imagery just connects to me very easily, because obviously I like dark and creepy shit. Now, usually I can't stand tarot decks that are too animated. What I mean by that is computer generated, as opposed to like hand-drawn images, in my opinion. But this one doesn't look too crazy, like too computer generated, and I like that. It's one of my favorite tarot decks on the planet, is the Deviant Moon. I could have just bought the borderless edition, but I'm like, no, I want to edit mine the way I want to and put my own energy into them. And for the edging, I'm thinking of using maybe gold to go with this. I might. Not sure yet. Okay, onwards anyway. God damn it, it's already at 7 minutes long. The next one is the Medieval Scappini. I'm hoping pronouncing that right. Yeah, the Medieval Scappini Tarot. It was rendered by Luigi Scappini. Box looks like this. This box has gone to hell. Now, my Medieval Scappini Tarot deck, I did edge it. I don't think it's going to pick up the reflectiveness of it. I edged it silver, which now looking at it, I should have done gold, but it's whatever. I'm not trimming this deck though, because I like the borders to this deck. The only thing that annoyed me was during the edging, I got a little bit of marker and paint on the cards, but they're still functional and working. So the Medieval Scappini, this is the backing of it, is a very beautiful deck. It's obviously based on medieval imagery. The which card was it? I think it was the Pope, or the Hierophant was changed to the Pope, and the High Priestess was changed to the Popess, if I'm not mistaken, because it was reflecting medieval times. I love this deck. It's gorgeous. Yeah, my favorite card of this deck is the Popess, which is the High Priestess. And Death, obviously, is my favorite card in this deck, where if I can find it real quick. And this one. It's just stunningly beautiful. I love medieval imagery. I love medieval history, as well as the Renaissance period. I really love that time period, which I need to edge this again. The marker is kind of coming off a little bit still. Yeah, I gotta redo this. But anyway, this deck is one of my old faithfuls too. I love this tarot deck. I really connect really well with the imagery. Love it. Except the only thing is with this tarot deck, it's one of those tarot decks where the minor arcana don't have really well matching imagery to it, in my opinion, because the creator of it, Luigi Scappini, he had no idea he had no idea about the actual symbolism of tarot when he made this deck. So, or when he didn't make it, he recreated it from another deck. I forgot what the hell it was, but he actually didn't know the symbolism of tarot when he made this deck or rendered it. So, but anyway, it's one of my favorite tarot decks on the planet, and this video is 10 minutes long. I've only shown 4 decks. Okay, this one is also an old faithful of mine, the Aleister Crowley Thoth Tarot deck. Now, years ago when I first started doing tarot, I did not like this deck because I couldn't connect to it. I felt a weird energy from it, and I just couldn't read it at all. The imagery and the symbolism is extremely different from the Waite Tarot deck. But over the years, I've been studying this deck more. I've been studying more about Kabbalah. I know about astrology, so I didn't have trouble with that part. Studied more numerology, stuff like that, so I can understand more about this deck a little bit more. This is the backing of it, which I really do like that. So this is the regular version, which is, it's a tinier deck. That's my favorite card in the deck. Death, and I think it was the Star are my 2 favorite cards in this deck. Yeah, the Star. If I can find it, that'd be great. Of course, I should have put it aside specifically for the video, but I didn't do that. Bad Raven. Bad. Here it is. This is the Star. These are my 2 favorite images of this deck. And the moon, but I'm not going to look through it. So the Thoth Tarot deck, like I said, is a very complex tarot deck in my opinion. It's difficult to read with if you're a beginner. I don't recommend it for beginners. It requires you to really look into different systems of teachings, Kabbalah, astrology, numerology, all that stuff. And even alchemy, you can look into it and learn about more about this deck. It's one of my old faithfuls, too. I really love reading with this tarot deck. I get a very good, accurate readings with this deck. Okay, my leg is starting to fall asleep. Should have brought my chair in here. Okay, so that deck. And then my next tarot deck is the... lady, I forgot. The Aleister Crowley deck was constructed by Aleister Crowley. The artwork was done by Lady Freda Harris. Forgot to mention that. So this is the Tattoo Tarot Intuition by... Where's the name? The artist's name? Mundin. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing. I'm saying that right. I hope I am. If not, sorry. Where is it? Yeah, Megan Mund. I can't fucking pronounce that name. Mega Mundin, I think. Mundin? I don't know. But whatever. Anyway, so the next tarot deck is, like I said, the Tattoo Tarot. This is the backing of it. It reminds me of like an old plain deck. So to me, this deck gives me kind of like that old-fashioned gypsy reading experience to me. Like, it has like the backing of an old-fashioned plain deck. This is the imagery of the deck. It's like old school tattoos, which I'm obsessed with tattoos, so I'm all about it. The 2 favorite cards of mine in this one are the Star, the Moon, and the Hermit. I love this tarot deck too. The only thing is, like I said before, this is another... Ow! Hold on one second. My legs. My legs! The Minor Arcana don't have any image or characters in them. So if you're a beginner, don't start with this deck. But the imagery of this deck just... Oh my god, I connect with this imagery so well. I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. So, I do recommend this deck. I think I got it on Amazon for like only $17, I think. It's not a very expensive tarot deck. Okay, so that's the Tattoo Tarot. Let's see, what's next? I also have the Dragon Tarot. Who the hell is the author? Created and illustrated by Peter Prakanowick. Why do these people gotta have these fucking names? Under the direction of Terry Donaldson. So this is the Dragon Tarot. There's like so many different decks with the name Dragon Tarot, but this is this rendition. It's kind of like the same size as the Thoth deck. Here's the backing of it. Now this deck, at first I had a hard time really connecting with this, but over time, I grew a connection with it. The imagery is beautiful, and of course it's all centered around dragons, and I like dragons a lot. I was obsessed with dragons as a child. So this deck, the imagery is beautiful. If you are obsessed with dragons, I would recommend it. And this is my favorite card in this deck right here, the Three of Swords. I would totally recommend it. If you are into dragons, go with this one. Now this one, I've had really damn good readings with this one. Like sometimes like smaller decks bother the fuck out of me. I like it to be the same size as like a traditional tarot deck. But then again, sometimes smaller ones are perfect for my tiny ass little hands. Okay, so I have 3 more tarot decks, which this one, I just recently got this one. It's the Millennium Thoth Tarot deck by Renita Lechner. I'm hoping, praying I'm fucking pronouncing that right. It comes in this box. It's one of these ones, which I really love those boxes. Comes with a little booklet, of course, and this one is like a how would you put it? Like reimagined, revisited version of the Thoth Tarot deck. Here's the backing. The only complaint that I have about this deck, it's heavily laminated. I don't like decks that are heavily laminated. They annoy the crap out of me a little bit, because you have to really break it in to start getting to shuffle and slide smoothly. So it's like, the only thing is that sometimes, and two, some of these images she completely changed it, and it kind of bugged me a little bit. But the imagery of this deck is gorgeous. I'm trying to find that damn card. Hold on. The imagery is beautiful, but like I said, she kind of fucked it up a little bit when she changed things, in my opinion. For example, the Devil card is now a human, which that bugs the hell out of me, because in the original deck, it's not a human, it's a goat, or like a Baphomet image, kind of. So that annoys the hell out of me a little bit, but other than that, it's beautiful. And she also changed the Death card, which, like, sometimes I don't mind renditions of decks, but don't change the entire symbolism behind it, because you're gonna piss me off. Where is it at? Where is it at? It's gonna bug the crap out of me. But other than that, the imagery is beautiful, but it's not the imagery that I am familiar with. But don't get me wrong, this death image is pretty fucking cool, though. But that's not what death looks like in the Thoth deck, in my opinion. But anyway, I do love this deck. I'm still trying to get used to it. Like I said, I just got it not too long ago, so I'm breaking it in and whatnot. Other than that, the imagery is, it's a well done tarot deck. Any tarot deck that I purchased that was from La Scaribo, their decks are very good quality, so I recommend them. Okay, next tarot deck is my Night Sun Tarot. I don't know who the name of the artist is. I don't have the box anymore. Here's the backing of it. And the imagery of this deck is beautiful, but I'm blind to a point. So, like, the imagery and everything like that, the colors don't add contrast, if that makes any sense. Like, I can't even see the name of the card. I sometimes can't make out the imagery because I have to squint so damn hard to see the imagery. Because, like I said, I'm blind. Even with my glasses on, I'm almost blind. This is one of my favorite cards in the deck. And it has imagery or symbolism from both the Thoth deck and the Rider-Waite deck. So it's kind of like both, in my opinion. But I do really like this deck. I'm still having a hard time connecting with this one because I can't freaking see the damn fucking imagery half the time. And then my last and final deck, which this one, I freaking love this one. I seen it and I'm like, I needed this like so bad. This is the Azathoth Tarot by Nemo, or Nemo's Locker. His name is Nemo. Comes like this. I think this is the, hold on. I like these type of decks. They're not mass-produced tarot decks. They're self-made artist. So I have the 5th edition release of the deck. Now, this is the backing of it right here. Beautiful. Now, the Azathoth Tarot deck is based around H.P. Lovecraft, the Cthulhu, all that stuff, H.P. Lovecraftian. It's like a tarot deck that you would see in the H.P. Lovecraft universe, which a lot of us goths and creepy people know about H.P. Lovecraft. So here's some of the imagery. I just love how I accidentally picked one with a penis. Sorry about that. With a PB. The imagery is it's like this weird sepia tones and black, but the imagery, the colors with the back blacking, it just pops, in my opinion. It pops so well. I freaking love it. The only thing that annoys me, it doesn't come with a book, which I don't know if he has a separate one for it or not. But the imagery in this deck is just fucking stunning, in my opinion. I love it. I just have a little bit of trouble shuffling it because it is quite wide for my tiny little hands. But other than that, I absolutely love it. This is the Devil. This is my favorite one in this deck. Now, the card stock in this one is not very pliable for me. It's very flimsy. Kind of starting to get a little fucked up on the corners already. But other than that, I love this tarot deck. I think I purchased this from 13 Moons, if I'm not mistaken. So that is my tarot deck collection. I do plan on getting a shit ton of more in the future. I had a lot more tarot decks, but like I said, a lot of them I gave away as gifts or just didn't want them anymore. I've had the Illuminati Tarot. I've had the Osho Zen Tarot, which that tarot deck, hell no, I hated that deck. That was just no. The imagery is ugly. I don't understand it. Nope, goodbye. But other than that, that's my tarot collection. I did not realize I made this video 21 minutes long. Motherfucker. That video is going to take forever to upload. But that's it. Next video, I'm going to be showing like an updated altar tour, and then eventually me and Cyrus will be doing an apartment tour. I'm rearranging the apartment again right now, so I'm waiting because fall time's coming. So we're decorating and rearranging for fall. Until next time, merry part and blessed be.